Okay, so for this last part, we want to compute the coordinates of the traverse vertices, which sounds super fancy. Basically, we're just getting x and y coordinates for everything. The good news is that, we always think about, usually, well, x-axis would be along latitude and the y-axis along longitude. And that would really depend on your original bearing to north, so that's going to be your y-axis as well. A lot of times we call the x-coordinates eastings and the y-coordinates northings. And you can do this directly from the balanced latitudes and departures. You don't have to use the angles to do it. It's just nice to have them. So this is how your book explains how to do this. And I'm just going to show this. So if you try to read the book, you understand what they're talking about. So basically they're like, this is how you find the westernmost point. You start here and you're like, okay, so I go back 20. And then I go forward 86 because that's where this number comes from. And then I'm going to go backwards 195, then go backwards 30, and then forward 160. So therefore, it's obvious that E, hi kitty, is westerly and C is easterly. And you can do the same thing for finding northmost and southmost. And so basically, they go through all this. So the idea is, if you're trying to find a coordinate system, say you zeroed out your coordinate here, that your B would be, 20, negative 20, but then your positive, it wouldn't actually be plus 86, it would be like the difference. So I guess you could say that it would be like, B would be like, I don't know, whatever that number is, like 66-ish. And then this guy way back here, he'd be the difference between 86 and 195, so he'd be like, I don't know what this, like 110-ish, like negative, wait, no, because I'm actually going all the way from here. So like if this was my 0, then it would be some other number that requires math to get to. But anyway, the idea is that you're measuring all these from a distance. So like if this would be x to get to D, then to get to E would be x plus 30. And then this coordinate would actually be at 0, kind of ish. Does that make sense? So if we marked this coordinate here, well, A would be 0. Anyway, so, oh, kitty, A would be 0, so we take it from there. So, basically, this is the answer that you're going to get, and it kind of makes sense if you look at it. So here I get that A is at 159,340, which, it kind of looks like it, and then no kitty on the keyboard, and then 139,152, and then 226,0, and stuff like that. But that said, no, I don't want to think this hard of like drawing lines of like this is this, and then no kitty, this is this. So I'm going to make an Excel spreadsheet. So I don't really need this, so I'm going to hide it. Hide. Now I'm going to look for my x coordinate and my y coordinate. Come on, no kitty. Okay, so basically what the idea is, to start off with, I'm just going to say, well, I'm going to assume that A is at 0.0. And it doesn't matter which one of these I pick. I can just pick that one. So then I'm going to say that it's going to be wherever I am, minus this guy. Where'd you go? Okay, so remember the x-coordinate has to do with departure, and the y-coordinate has to do with latitude. So these are a little bit backwards from how we originally had them, so you want to make sure that you, don't mess up. Don't get them backwards, because I wrote latitude and then departure, which was actually writing it y and then x, so I'm taking it from there. So is that right? If I go back 20 and then forward 86, no, I don't want to do that. I think that makes sense. Okay, well, we're going to do it this way and see what happens. So, why is there a creepy, weird part of me that doesn't understand why it's a negative? Probably because it's supposed to be a positive. Okay, that makes more sense. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set these up. And I'm going to drag, well, I can't really drag. I'll do this because I'm lazy. I'll drag this over. Well, no, because this is not right. Kitty, this is not helpful. So I'm going to do, whoa, why are you mad that I said 0? Oh, I didn't say 0. All right, no kitty on the keyboard. This one, I got a new kitty. To here. And like to the latitude, like this. And why is that number like that? There we go. Okay, so now basically is I don't want to have any negatives, because I don't know if you saw the picture. Everything was in the top, the quadrant 1 place. So that's what we want to do this time. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to find the minimum of these two coordinates, or these two sets, and then I want to add or subtract the minimum from that value so that everything will now be positive. So basically I've just shifted everything over just a teensy-weensy little bit. So I'll call this final. So wait a minute, that's not shifted. Oh, because it went down. Okay, so whenever I drag this down, I don't want the V to change, obviously. The V10 to change, so come here. There, now that works. And then on this one, I don't want the W10 to change, so I go Okay, so now I should have, these are my temporary points, and these are my final points. Meow. And then left borders and right borders, because you remember that controlling borders is kind of like controlling the world, except with lines. Okay, 10 points. That's not capitalized. I know you don't care at this point, but that's okay. So let's just see if these answers are the same answers as we got whenever we did it the book's way, and I hope that they are. Oh, I can't cut and paste, but it's 159, 340, 159, 340, 140, 150. Yeah, 226, 0, 30, 29, and 0, yes. Okay, so we're able to get the exact same answers that we had before. So basically what's really cool about this now is we are able to get final beautiful coordinates, and we were able to do it all in Excel without having to think too hard, because nobody should be expected to do that. And so this is really cool. So you have now gone through all the proper channels, proper whatever you call it, thingies, procedures for getting a fully balanced traverse.